We are learning new information about a deadly workplace shooting in Kentucky, but a motive remains unclear. Plus, defense officials are cracking down on a series of leaked military documents. More on the potential diplomatic fallout. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. New at noon, Madison police arrested a man who they say trapped and assaulted a woman and started a fight with two other men. Officers were called to a home in the 200 block of D'Amelio Way just before 11:30 last night for a disturbance. They say the 41-year-old man trapped a woman in a room and assaulted her. The man then started a fight with two other men in the home, which continued even after police arrived. Two officers were hurt. The man is facing multiple charges, including false imprisonment, battery, and sexual assault. We have a traffic note for nighttime drivers on the Beltline. Beginning tonight, Highway 12 and 18 will be closed in both directions at County Highway AB on Madison's far southeast side. The closures run through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Ramps from I-3990 will also be closed. There's a new interchange going up between Highway 12 and AB. Work on that stretch should wrap up in late October. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at our first warm forecast. Very nice day out there.
It's very nice. Actually getting warm for some people probably for this time of year, but we're in the low to mid 70s. At noontime, going well into the 70s by this afternoon with that southwest wind. Definitely going to be a warm and very dry day too, given that the temperature now is 5 to 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. We'll probably see another jump in temperatures tomorrow of similar. Winds have picked up. We're up to 10 to 15 miles per hour at the southwest. That combined with some very low relative humidity, we're down to in the mid-30s to around 40, so it's quite dry out there and could be dangerous for burning anything right now. As you see, satellite, we just have a few serious clouds actually digging south, but otherwise it's clear skies, plenty of sunshine out there. Our temperatures once again should top out into the mid-70s as we go through this afternoon and then fall off back into the lower 70s through this evening with that southwest wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it should be a nice evening once again with the upper 60s as we get all the way till 8 p.m. We're still fairly quite warm. So what's ahead? Well, you've got really record warmth possible tomorrow, 80s for a couple days. There's still that fire danger through this week. We did have some rises in the Mississippi and Wisconsin River. And unfortunately, this doesn't last too long. We're going to have rain coming and cooler conditions by the weekend. I'll break all that down a bit later broadcast.
No record today, but maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow, probably. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Greg. New this afternoon, Democrats have announced Chicago will host their 2024 national convention. The decision comes after President Joe Biden personally chose the city over other finalists, including Atlanta and New York. Chicago is solidly Democratic, and holding the party's gathering in such a pro-union city again demonstrates Biden's commitment to organized labor. The convention was supposed to be held in Milwaukee in 2020, but was switched to a virtual event because of the coronavirus pandemic. As Milwaukee prepares to host next summer's Republican National Convention, city officials are calling for more support from Washington. Past cities that have hosted a major party's national convention have received $50 million in federal funding for security costs. Officials say they'll need more than that since the convention is expected to bring 45,000 visitors to Milwaukee. They're asking for $75 million. Representative Brian Steele says it's for raising costs and a higher risk.
I think it's an appropriate move to make sure that we're moving along both with inflation and with the risk profile that a national convention has in the modern era. Some things just aren't partisan in nature, and keeping folks safe is one of those things that we all have to come together on.
The additional funding would cover police staffing hours, metal detectors and x-rays, as well as communications equipment. A final decision on that extra funding is expected this fall. Right now, 2 GOP lawmakers are circulating legislation in Wisconsin that would allow school employees with a concealed carry license to have a firearm on school grounds. Under the bill, individual school boards would have to approve allowing employees to have a gun. The authors, Representative Scott Allen of Waukesha and Senator Corey Tomczyk of Mosinee, say this bill is to prevent bad actors from seeing schools as soft targets without the ability to defend themselves. Governor Tony Evers said that he will veto the bill if it makes it to his desk. He also said Wisconsinites have been demanding common sense proposals to reduce gun violence and that this bill was not among them. Police in Louisville, Kentucky have not yet released a motive in yesterday's mass shooting that killed 5 people. The gunman was an employee at the bank, and CBS News has confirmed he was armed with a semi-automatic AR-15 style weapon. Roxana Saberi has more.
Shots rang out at Old National Bank shortly after 8:30 Monday morning.
Another caller advising possibly 8 to 9 people have been shot.
Police rushed to the scene.
Active shooter at the bank! Get out of your car! Active shooter at the bank!
After exchanging gunfire, they killed the shooter. Police say the gunman, 25-year-old Connor Sturgeon, was armed with a semi-automatic AR-15 style weapon and worked at the bank, which was closed during the attack.
He's texted a friend, called a friend, left a voicemail. He's going to kill everyone at the bank, feeling suicidal.
Police are investigating a possible motive.
The evil incident that took place on yesterday should never have been played out.
All 5 people killed were other employees of the bank.
We were in the back conference room. Whoever's next to me got shot and hit bloods on me from it.
One of the victims, 63-year-old Tommy Elliott, was a close friend of Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear.
Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career, helped me become governor, gave me advice on being a good dad.
9 people were transferred to the hospital, including 2 officers responding to the scene. One of them is 26-year-old rookie Nicholas Wilt, who graduated from the police academy less than 2 weeks ago. He was shot in the head.
The heroism of my officers on yesterday, who responded in 3 minutes to encounter and engage this suspect and to stop the threat from him actually taking additional lives, should truly be recognized.
Wilt is in critical but stable condition after brain surgery at the University of Louisville Hospital. 3 other injured patients have already been released from the hospital. Meanwhile, a startling new statistic. About half of the families in the U.S. say they have been affected by gun violence. According to a survey from the Kaiser Family Foundation, nearly 20% of adults have had a family member killed by a gun. This comes as a record number of people are dying from firearms in the United States. The CDC reported nearly 49,000 gun-related deaths in 2021. More details continue to emerge from a breach of highly classified documents, which the White House says still does not know the full extent of. Pierced together, the documents give a rare window to U.S. intelligence of both adversaries and allies. Now the White House is working to communicate with foreign partners to find out how it happened.
U.S. officials have been in touch with relevant allies and partners over the last couple of days at very high levels. I'll leave it at that.
The Associated Press reports the documents first appeared on Discord, which is a social media chat room popular with gamers. The Biden administration has announced a new global effort to fight the illicit synthetic drug trade. In 2021, more than 106,000 Americans died from drug overdoses, coming mainly from synthetic opioids like fentanyl. The new initiative includes building a global coalition and employing multilateral approaches to prevent the manufacturing of the deadly drug. The White House says its actions have already contributed to a decrease in overdose deaths for 7 straight months of reporting. More to come on News 3 Now at noon. A proposal from the EPA to require half of the new vehicles made in the U.S. to be electric by 2030. Plus, Juul is being ordered to pay nearly $8 million in a West Virginia lawsuit. We'll have that coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Menards has everything to transform the look of your home, adding to your curb appeal. Ideal garage doors add a stylish new look to the outside of your home. We have more than 1,000 different style and color options to choose from. Give your home the update it deserves and save with 11% off all Ideal garage doors. Save today and get a 9x7 garage door for $629.99 after 11% rebate right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie, We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
On Wednesday, the Environmental Protection Agency is expected to release a new proposed regulation that would require more than half of new vehicles sold in the U.S. to be electric by 2030. That's according to industry and environmental officials briefed on the plan. The proposal would set greenhouse gas emissions limits for 2027 through 2032 passenger vehicles. The proposed rule will go through a public comment period and is not expected to be finalized until next year. Executives from hundreds of pharmaceutical companies have signed an open letter calling for the reversal of a Texas federal judge's ruling that halted the FDA's approval of the abortion pill, mifepristone. The letter says the decision set a precedent for diminishing the FDA's authority over drug approvals and creates uncertainty for the industry. And Juul Labs will pay nearly $8 million to settle a West Virginia lawsuit that alleges the company marketed its vaping products to underage users. The lawsuit accused Juul of engaging in unfair or deceptive practices in the design, manufacturing, and sale of e-cigarettes in violation of West Virginia state law. Last year, the San Francisco-based company agreed to pay nearly $440 million to settle a legal threat after an investigation by 33 states and Puerto Rico alleged the company had targeted its product to teens. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial is up 130 points. The NASDAQ down 54, but the S&P 500 is up almost 7.5. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices. Greg has the latest forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll learn about the benefits of walking for your health, both physical and mental, with psychologist Shyla Mergain. That's coming up at 4.
Could you keep it down? Oh, hey, sorry. I can't stop these kids from rocking, but I can help you replace all this. Rock on! With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home. This offer won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Can you stay at home and shop for a vehicle in your pajamas? Yes, Bergstrom Automotive offers express purchase so you can complete all parts of your vehicle purchase online. Or you can come in and see us, even in your pajamas. And the cookies are always fresh. So you just bought a vehicle from us. Will we give you a week to drive it and return it if you don't love it? Yes. Love it or return it? Yes, it's that easy. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
For 75 years, DePaco has been more than local. It's a member-owned not-for-profit cooperative that has grown into a vital community resource, a place where members can build a life worth loving. When you join DePaco, you own it. Your money stays here, enriching the lives of your friends and neighbors. DePaco strives to carry out the mission envisioned by the 10 meatpacking employees who founded it, to create a brighter community for all. To learn more about DePaco and how to become a member, go to depaco.com/join.
If you think science is dull, we've got news for you.
Tomorrow, Josh is in the 608 with a familiar face who's proving science can be loads of fun.
It looks like the unseasonably warm weather will continue. In fact, we may break some records this week. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
Local workplaces are going to the dogs.
He started his work career in 2022.
And it just might be good for business.
Everybody loves her.
Armand Rahman shares how businesses are embracing a new trend, a job's best friend. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yaki from the Midwest Farm Report on this summery Tuesday.
Oh, my goodness. Another gorgeous day, that's for sure. Before I forget, I want to remind people, I've got a 2 o'clock meeting if you're still interested in going with me out towards Montana, Yellowstone Glacier, and Grand Tetons. 2 o'clock this afternoon here at the Radio Ranch. We'll be having another one of our free travel meetings if you want to swing on by. It'll get you a $100 voucher towards that trip or any other trip that you might want to take with holiday vacations. So we're looking forward to the Wisconsin State Fair. I know it's months off, but yesterday I found out that we are going to recognize 78 properties, farms and homes around Wisconsin celebrating 100 or more years in the same family, the Century Farms. 30 that are celebrating 150 or more years in the same family. That'll happen on Tuesday, August 8th. At Wisconsin State Fair Park. Jill Albanese says she expects they'll have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 500 folks that are going to be on hand for that breakfast. So that looks pretty doggone nice. Well, it looks doggone nice outside right now, and that means that a lot of farmers are going to be taking to the fields. Dr. Sean Conley, University Extension soybean specialist, says go for it. Some changes in the crop insurance measures this year will allow southern Wisconsin farmers to start planting soybeans as early as this Saturday without any ramifications as far as crop insurance. But they probably should be talking to their seeds person just to make sure you know any replant issues that you might be up against as well. The latest crop update across the state shows 41% of our pastures in good to excellent condition. 57% of our winter wheat is in good to excellent condition. That's pretty much unchanged compared to last week. Still soft on our dairy markets again today. Barrel cheese down another 4 1/4 at 158 3/4, kind of giving that sell signal to other traders. The block is also 40-pound block cheese also down 6.5 cents today at 179. AA butter standing still. So there you go. Yeah, I'll see people here at the Radio Ranch on the west side of Madison, not too far from you. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, we'll get that bus filled up for our trip out west.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Pam. Well, ChatGPT has exploded onto the scene. The AI technology is being used for everything from writing songs and poems to homework and even resignation letters. A Danish company is now using it to help the blind. Ian Lee reports.
Exploring the unknown can be overwhelming if you're blind. But for Jasper Holton, a new powerful tool is giving him greater freedom.
Virtual volunteer. This is a picture of a can of John West sardines. The label is green and yellow and there is a wrinkle on the top of the can.
Danish phone app Be My Eyes uses ChatGPT, an artificial intelligence chatbot, to analyze an image and tell them what it is.
It tends to be in daily situations like when I'm cooking food and want to have a look at tents.
Sometimes the simplest things can be difficult.
The app currently connects the blind with one of millions of sighted volunteers to understand a picture.
I think there are a lot of use cases where, you may feel like you're burdening someone.
Be my guide.
But But now the phone sends photos to ChatGPT's image-to-text generator.
I see a potential for people to have more independence. For some people, it can even be difficult to ask other people for help.
The app's founder believes AI's potential is endless.
I have really had a hard time sleeping since this because I think there is so many possibilities where this could go.
Be my eyes.
And those possibilities excite Jesper.
If AI technology can help me gaining or regaining that level of confidence, that would really be something.
Gaining confidence and a new AI sense of independence. Ian Lee, CBS News.
That's pretty exciting. The app already translates around 180 languages, and the company hopes to roll out the new ChatGPT feature soon. Here's Greg now with our first warm forecast. Nice day out there.
It's going to be a nice, really stretch of weather here, but we do have some dangers right now. One is fire danger, just because a lot of it is not greened up yet. We're still got dormant fuels. So right now, the fire red flag warnings are out to the west, but now also the Chicago area's got a fire weather watch, and that's for tomorrow because of the high winds and low relative humidity. I think we may see more spread across the area just because a lot of the fuels, once again, are not greened up quite yet, so they could be burned, especially when you get relative humidity this low that we're getting. Yesterday, we had a few little fires going on. These are all small. They've been controlled it out, but you can see just some small fires, and that was with some light winds. So once again, if we do get some stronger winds and a fire starts, you can get it spread quite quickly in these conditions. So something to keep in mind of for the next several days. The rivers right now, Wisconsin River and the Mississippi River, the two ones that really are watching over the next few days. We still got the warning for Portage and Castle Rock, but you notice starting to see some more yellow here for the Mississippi. I think by Saturday or next Monday, you'll start probably seeing more minor flooding along the Mississippi River in Wisconsin. So if you're around those, expect high water to remain here for at least another couple weeks as the snow begins to melt up to the north. Overall, really, we're going to see warm conditions here. Like I said, 70s, low 80s, probably reach 80 tomorrow, and probably Thursday record. Probably best on Thursday because it's 79, so I think Madison could top that. And then once again, the high fire danger through Friday. Things do change quite a bit till we get to Saturday and Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms come back into the picture. But then we could actually see some snow mixing in Sunday night into Monday morning or Sunday morning. Something to keep an eye on, but right now it shouldn't be too much. But you'll notice the temperatures back into the lower 50s for Sunday's high, and that continues on to next week. Really, we're not going to see much of the system that we're watching. It doesn't really start forming till tomorrow evening over eastern Wyoming, and then eventually takes a turn to the northeast, and eventually by Saturday, it should be at least over Wisconsin and pushing across the whole area. It's a fairly weak system, too, and there's a lot of question marks on the exact path it'll take, but still, it's provided us with some unsettled weather, and we'll get back to more cooler conditions by the time we get to Sunday into next week. In the meantime, we'll see 80 degree for some areas, probably southwest Wisconsin, more upper 70s for south central. A few cirrus clouds passing through. Overall, it should be a very warm night, getting only down to the upper 50s as you wake up, and the southwest wind continues. This could be a record, basically high min temperature that we could be seeing. And then tomorrow, strong gusty winds, but also those temperatures getting back up into around the 80 or low 80s for most location. And that really doesn't change all the way as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Once again, very warm. And then Thursday, it's going to be a repeat day of more 80 degrees as we get in the afternoon with strong southerly winds, plenty of sunshine to think of. And then Friday, maybe just a slight little cool down. Speaking of relative humidity, we're going to see those drop all the way down 30%, so quite dry. That doesn't change much overnight until we get to Thursday afternoon. It'll still be another dry, very dry afternoon with low 30s as relative humidity, which is very dry for this time of year and for this area. So something to keep in mind of for if you're planning to do any burning, which you probably shouldn't be doing right now. Otherwise, we look at showers and thunderstorms coming back Saturday. Notice the temperature Sunday back to 51, which will be below average. And then it gets a little bit unsettled next week, but we do eventually return to the low 60s by the middle of next week, which is kind of where we should be, around 60 this time of year. So enjoy the warm stretch of weather because it will come to an end, and it might be a little shocking as Sunday will around 50.
All right, no burning.
No burning right now.
There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we're going to turn this into a butterfly. There's no magic required, just a sharp knife and a few tips that I'll show you coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, have you heard from that guy who said he'd buy our house?
Not yet, but
What could go wrong?
A lot can go wrong selling your house today. Not if you sell to We Buy Ugly houses, as is, fast for all cash. For decades, sellers have trusted our fair cash offers. Call or click to sell quick.
If your house was cold this winter, it's going to be hot this summer. And now's the time to get your home more energy efficient. It's National Insulation Month, and we're celebrating by giving you savings of $2,000. And just in time before you get those big summer electric bills. Spring's booking quickly, so don't wait to insulate. Call now and save up to $2,000 during National Insulation Month.
USA Insulation. The right ones with the good stuff. Carl F. Stotts & Sons.
Parts, sales, and service. An investment you'll enjoy. Make life easier. Experience the New Holland compact tractor that's best for you. 6-year powertrain warranty. Available today at Carl F. Stotts & Sons. Superior service since 1930. CarlFStotts.com.
Carl F. Stotts & Sons.
We went to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machine. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Community is helping each other, making sure your neighbor is taken care of. At Lake Ridge Bank, community is who we are. We take pride in being a community bank, strengthening relationships and investing in the places we come from. It's why we are who we are. Lake Ridge Bank. Go far, go together.
Do you really think we could sell our house in a month?
Absolutely. What could go wrong? A lot can go wrong selling your house today. Not if you sell to We Buy Ugly houses, as is, fast for all cash. For decades, sellers have trusted our fair cash offers. Call or click to sell quick.
Every day when I go through my emails, I look forward to seeing what types of recipes and tips and tricks that you're looking for. You know, one question I've seen quite a bit lately is, how do I butterfly a chicken breast? It's a great question. So let me show you how we can magically butterfly these and then turn them into a scrumptious meal. When it comes to butterflying a chicken breast, you want to make sure you start with a nice plump one. Put it on a cutting board and place one hand on top of it, like this. Then, holding a sharp knife horizontal to the cutting board, slowly cut the breast in half, about 3/4 of the way through. You'll know you were successful if both the top and the bottom are about the same thickness, and when you open it up, it sort of looks like a butterfly. Now, we season these with some salt and pepper and smear them with a garlic and herb spread. And we top them with some fresh spinach. And after they're roasted, we'll finish them off with some cheese and a buttery crumb mixture. That's all there is to it. It may look like a pricey dish that you would find in a restaurant, but these are easy enough to be part of your weeknight rotation. To get the recipe for our cheesy stuffed herb chicken, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a magically butterflied way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Yeah, enjoy the very mild and breezy conditions this afternoon. We'll see you all at 4 for more news and weather.